Around 15 kilometers outside of Kutaisi lies a town called Tskaltubo, which, thanks to its mineral hot springs, used to be a premier Soviet spa. Dozens of beautiful sanatoriums were built back then, but unfortunately most of them lie abandoned today. So let's head over to Tskaltubo and learn about the city and its tragic downfall. Ready for Tskaltubo?
Could not be more ready.
Yes, sir. We have 2 bottles of wine we got yesterday from a random guy we met on the street.
A lovely man on the street.
Yeah. Before we go to the bus station, I need to show you something very epic though. All right, now behold this absolute delight. The Soviet mosaic of Kutaisi. Look at this absolutely magnificent piece of art. Over here in Cyrillic it says KAZ, which I believe means Kutaisky Автозавод, the Kutaisi auto factory, car factory, because in the Soviet Union, some cars were produced here in Kutaisi, a city which was very industrialized under Stalin and in Soviet times. So you have this mosaic to commemorate that. Wow, what a way to start the day. But yeah, let's find a bus to Tskaltubo and get there so we can leave all this stuff behind and explore. Oh, I like this bus station.
We don't know what we're looking for as well.
That is true. I have to ask some people. Gamarjova, we've Tskaltubo. Tskaltubo? Дальше.
34 номер.
34.
4, да.
Хорошо, спасибо. Madlova. The 34th. The Georgians are always there to help out. 34. These things have platforms. I don't see any numbers anywhere.
Maybe on the bus the number 34.
Какой номер?
34. Там. Okay, спасибо. Madlova. What a privilege that we got to walk through the entire bus station. Wow. This is a museum. Look like absolute alcoholics walking around with these wine bottles. Enjoyers, yeah, sorry. I don't know why you'd want vegetables or frozen meat before a bus journey, or maybe for those who just arrived home. Yeah, they arrive home to Kutaisi. Can do their groceries right at the bus station. После McDonald's. Ага. Там. Хорошо. Okay, Madlova. All this sending us back and forth. Wow. В конце. Они сказали, что туда надо. За углом Макдональдс.
Пошли мне туда.
Хорошо. Madlova, спасибо.
Вот сюда.
Сюда?
Да, вот сюда приедет автобус.
Ага. Когда?
И, скоро должен.
Скоро?
Да, и через 10 минут будет отправляться и никуда не уходить.
Хорошо.
Понял?
Здесь.
Так,
прямо.
здесь, да, вот в этом районе.
Хорошо, хорошо. Окей.
Tskaltubo Kutaisi написан.
До свидания.
До свидания.
What a marshrutka ride, and we got off right in front of a pretty cool looking Stalinist sanatorium. First we need to drop all our shit off though. Did you have fun?
No, not really.
For many centuries, the local Tskaltubans have been utilizing, bathing in the so-called waters of immortality here in Tskaltubo. Only in the 19th century it was discovered that these healing waters were indeed radon carbonated hot springs, and that bathing in them will bring you a lot of health benefits. when people started to find out about these waters here in Tskaltubo, it started to attract people from around the region. But the town really blew up when the Soviet Union started to make a planned resort spa, a spa town out of this place. And they built these beautiful neoclassicist buildings, sanatoriums, everywhere here. Just look at the craftsmanship, the architectural marvel that went into building these places. It's absolutely amazing and sad at the same time to see these buildings. 22 of sanatoriums like this one were built around town, and now they're found in utter disrepair. This is a theater. A lot of these sanatoriums had theaters because they were not only a place for bathing and resting, but also just a place to relax where you can meet people, you know, enjoy your time, go to the theater together, share a glass of wine, you know. A lot of different people came together here. You of course had the high-ranking communist officials in the most prestigious of the sanatoriums, but this one seems like a rather normal one. This is probably where just the average worker would come to. Would you come into a sanatorium like this one to bathe and relax?
If it didn't look like this?
Yeah.
A bit less rundown.
Maybe a little bit less rundown.
This is
Be pretty
less
epic.
abandoned.
Yeah. Back then in Soviet times, you could get prescriptions, fully paid prescriptions to come to these places for balneotherapy. So the doctors basically said, you have to bathe every day. Come to Tskaltubo and bathe every day.
Самочувствие товарища Платонова хорошее. И о погоде. В Москве и Подмосковье без осадков. Температура ночью 9-14. Днем 22.
Yeah, Tskaltubo has a lot of stray dogs and they love following you around and barking at the cows. Do you want to hear the joke that Joinsen just told about why they always bark at the cows?
They got beef. They actually do though. It's kind of weird. Yesterday we saw a bunch of dogs ganging up on a cow and just barking at it, and the cow almost killed one.
Yeah. A Soviet truck, Gaz, Gorkiyski Автомобильный завод, and a Soviet fresco in the background. Oh yeah. Now if that isn't hard, I don't know what is. Look at the buildings here in the center of Tskaltubo. I don't even know if this is abandoned or not. There's cars in front of it, so I guess something is happening in here. Question is what? Look at this massage parlor, this Soviet massage place. Physiotherapical procedures. I really wonder what this building is. Why don't we go up there and see? I think this place is pretty amazing. What do you think is in there? I think that was a kitchen or something.
Yeah.
Probably not supposed to go there, but this, I wonder what it is. It says massage out here, but is this still the same massage parlor?
I don't think so.
Oh, it is. Okay. You can get a massage here. It's pretty cool. I guess this building isn't abandoned, even though it looks a bit dilapidated. That was probably where the shoemaker of the town used to be. The shoe symbols up here and old Georgian signs. This is impressive. Some metal bars here. A little stall. Cool. We've stumbled upon Tskaltubo's central market. And you know me, guys, I am the market filmer at this point. I mean, what else do you want?
Smell.
Yeah, smells of spices. Wow. This is quite the atmospheric place. Kamarjoba?
Агимарджот, кайхарет. Садаурები ხარ? Откуда?
Из Германии.
Из Германии?
Да, из Германии. Мы не понимаем грузинский, к сожалению.
Sanatoriums. Სამხედრო.
Wonder what it looked like before it was abandoned 35, 40 years ago. There's probably stages, chairs everywhere here. I don't know if you can see it down there, but there's actually some clothing being hung up on like clothing lines. And the reason for that is that these sanatoriums, most of them actually aren't abandoned. And there are people who still live here. It's a long story, but it's basically due to a place called Abkhaz, which is a breakaway republic in the northwest of Georgia. There were some wars going on and everything. It's like a state like Transnistria, a state in a limbo. Nobody recognizes Abkhazia. Most countries, including Georgia, recognize it as a part of Georgia. But yeah, they have like their own independent state over there. It's not really in Georgian control, and it became that way after some pretty bloody wars with the Georgian population over in Abkhazia being basically exiled, just deported out of the country in a very brutal manner. And yeah, these people that were relocated were put into these sanatoriums by the Georgian government, and many of them have been living here for decades.
You can see some locks on some doors.
Yeah, there's a lock right there, and as abandoned as these places look, there is actually still electricity running here, and the tap still has water coming out of it. It's crazy to think that people who were displaced from the wars in Abkhazia were just put into these abandoned sanatoriums to wait for decades. I mean, the wars are over since 30 years, but apparently some people still live in there, which is crazy to think about. Just put in here and told just wait until you get some better place to stay in. The makeshift accommodation turned into a permanent one. That's pretty harsh.
And what I think I want to say is, if you also are interested in stuff like this and interested in coming here, I think it's most important to be respectful and mindful of the people that live there. I think we don't know any of the individual stories, but we do know that they did flee a war probably. They did escape their home because they had to, and now they live somewhere where they didn't choose to be. So if you do come here, just be respectful and think about where you are. And don't break anything. Maybe bring them some wine or something.
Вы из Абхазии?
Да.
Да?
Наверху. Туда походишь, потом вернешься.
Хорошо. Yeah.
Это санаториум металл.
О, Камарджоба.
Георгий Сахар, отвивай место.
Камарджоба. Wow.
1947 немцы строили, в 55-м уже отдыхающие вошли.
Ah, this place is in a very good state actually compared to the others. You still have the glass and everything. You have parts of the old piano. Wow. This is the most amazing one of the sanatoriums we've visited today. Only a handful of the ones that exist, but you have your stage here. Get like performances in the evening. You can sit down in these chairs. You'd sit down with Svetlana and Ivan. That's pretty crazy. А вы сколько лет здесь живете?
32 года.
32 года.
Ты так хорошо русский знаешь.
Спасибо вам большое. А государство у вас совсем не дали вас
Ничего
квартиру?
не дают, да.
Ничего?
Нет.
32 года нет.
Нет.
Блин. Хорошо. Посмотрим. This is where they'd hang their clothing. In summer, you can just hang them outside and it will dry pretty quick. But in winter time, I guess this is where they hang all their clothing and everything. Yeah, it seems pretty organized. That lady's been living here for 32 years, and the government has never offered her any apartments or any other way of, you know, anything else. Yeah, this place is not like a well-kept secret or anything. You know, there's tourists frequenting these sanatoriums like all day, every day. You know, so some people,
or even asked us to come in.
yeah, like the people just figured out that, you know, there's a lot of tourists, so they might as well charge like a bit of money to show them around a bit. So yeah, I think that's absolutely valid. That's very fair, and you know, they only charge like 5 lari a person. And yeah, for that you get to see like a really well-kept sanatorium where people live in. Good way to support the locals here.